Hello kids, a very good morning. I am Monisha from Bharadasa Matriculation School, Arakonam. Today I am going to take 7th standard social studies. The topic name is the Constitution of India. Okay, the topic is Constitution of India. So first of all, you would like to know why we learn civics. What is the use of civics? Is to know our basic rules and basic rights, that is the fundamental rights and duties, we go for a civics. Okay, help of that you will know the functioning and power of the three organs of the government. Today's topic we are going to discuss here is a Constitution of India. Yes, okay, so let us take an example. If you are coming to your school regularly, right? Okay, you are coming to your school regularly, you are attending your classes regularly, everything will run based upon the pre-planned activities, that is according to your timetable. Okay, so if it's not timetable, is not available. Okay, if it doesn't have any timetable, okay, so if it doesn't have any pre-planned activities, so what it will be happen? Everything it will be collapsed, right? Okay, some period it will be shorter and some period it will be longer. So the without pre-planned activity, a day will be collapsed. Like that, okay, if you want to have everything pre-planned activity, which means we have a certain rules and regulations, that is it has to govern our government. Okay, so with the help of that only we will run. Okay, so that is the Constitution. The word Constitution stands for the laws. Okay, so the word Constitution stands for laws, which means we need a rules and regulation to lead an organized social life. Okay, so we need rules and regulation. According to that rules and regulation only our country will run. Okay, so the word Constitution stands for, that is a documentary framework which has a certain kinds of rules and regulation. In simple term we can say it as a laws. Okay, so all the modern states have laws. Okay, so which means all the modern states have their constitution. Look at this picture. Okay, so this picture refers to British Constitution. Okay, so this picture refers to the Constitution of USA. So all the modern states have a constitution. Okay, like that our country India also have constitution. Like that our country India is also have a constitution. So before itself I said, okay, so what is a constitution? Constitution is nothing children, it is a set of laws. Okay, it is a set of laws. The word constitution stands for set of laws. Okay, and administration or run according to our rules and regulation. Okay, so that is a defined rules and regulation. Okay, so defined rules and procedure. It is not depending upon our individual idea. Okay, so our country is not running according to our individual idea. Okay, so our country India is run according to our defined rules and procedure, and it is not depending upon our individual idea. Even Parliament also doesn't have rights to override the constitution. Okay, even Parliament also doesn't have any rights to override the constitution. Yes, okay, shall we see the meaning of constitution? Okay, so already discussed, the word constitution stands for, that is a laws. Okay, so which is nothing but it is a documentary work. Okay, so it is a documentary work. It defines how we rule our country. Okay, so documentary work, it defines how we need to rule our country. It is nothing but it is a framework within which a government has to function. It is a documentary framework within which a government has to function. Okay, and it is also explain the power and functions of a different organs of the government, that is a legislature, judiciary, etc. Okay, and it is also explains our national goals like secular, sovereign, equality, liberty and fraternity. So we will see what is the meaning of secularism, liberty, equality in upcoming classes. Okay, so next topic we are going to discuss in this year, beginning of a new era. Okay, so the word era stands for a period. Okay, so the word era stands for a period. Is on 26th January 1950 we begin to govern ourselves, which means we begin to follow our own rules and regulation. Okay, in before that period we all rule with the help of the British Constitution only. Okay, you know children, we all got independence on August 15, 1947, right? Okay, so what is the gap between these 1950 January 26 and August 15th 1947? We have it 2.5 years nearly. Okay, so which means it's nearly 3 years we will assume. Okay, so it took 3 years to frame our own constitution, which means own laws and regulation. Okay, so it took 3 more years to frame our own laws and regulation. On the year of 26th January 1950 we began to govern ourselves according to the rules framed by our own elected representatives, which means on this day onwards we are following our own rules and regulation, that is the Constitution of India. Okay, this day is celebrating as an Republic Day. Okay, it is one of a national festival. It is one of our national festival on 26th January 1950 onwards. Okay, so we begin to govern ourselves with the help of our own constitution laws. Okay, so that day we are celebrating it as an Republic Day. Going to see here is a Constituent Assembly. Okay, so Constituent Assembly, what is a Constituent Assembly? It is nothing children, a group of people can sit together and make a laws. Okay, so which means the parties, the elected parties have a power to write their laws. Okay, so that is a elected parties have an power to write their laws. Okay, the elected parties have power to write their laws. LAWS. Okay, here the majority number of people are consist of INC parties only, which means Indian National Congress parties only. Okay, and it is almost given opportunities to all the caste people. Okay, so nearly 30 members are in the scheduled caste tribes. Okay, so they given equal opportunities to all the people. In that period, women also appointed in the Constituent Assembly. That is Sarojini Naidu and Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. These two women are appointed in the Constituent Assembly. Okay, so what is the use of a Constituent Assembly? Which is nothing but a group of persons sit together and make their laws. The next is the Drafting Committee. Okay, the next topic we are going to see here is a Drafting Committee. On 29th August 1947, the Assembly appointed a Drafting Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, so yes children, on 29th August 1947, the Assembly appointed a Drafting Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Along with that, they also have 7 members. Okay, it also have 7 members, that is the important members of the committee were Sri Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Sri Haladi Krishna Swamy Iyer and Sri K.M. Munshi, and the last is Sri Syed Muhammad Sadullah. Okay, so these are some of the important drafting committee members. The next we are going to see the preamble. Okay, so the word preamble, which is nothing children, it summarizes the aims and objectives of the constitution. Okay, so it summarizes the aims and objective of a constitution, that is the Indian constitution. Okay, by seeing the preamble itself, we will analyze what the constitution is trying to say. Okay, it is a summarize, which means a key points of the constitution. Indian constitution oda key points establish பண்றதா என்னது preamble. Okay, so it summarizes its aims and objectives. It summarizes the aims and objectives. Okay, the preamble summarizes the aims and objective. By seeing a preamble itself, you will understand what the constitution consists of. Okay, so the constitution, Indian constitution, total number of pages is about 255. Okay, so Indian constitution consists of a 255. It is very big in size, little bit, right? Okay, so with the help of that preamble, you will easily analyze what the constitution of India trying to say. Okay, preamble is nothing but we will say it as a key points of the Indian constitution. Okay, so the preamble also declares, okay, so the India is a sovereign state. Okay, the previous itself we have discussed the constitution, it also explains the sovereign, equality, liberty, fraternity, secularism, socialism, etc. Right? Now we are going to see the meaning of each and everything. Okay, so first see children, India, that is a preamble declares India is a sovereign country. So what does the word stands for sovereign here? It is nothing children, it is India is free from external forces. FORCES, which means any country doesn't have any power to interfere in our internal affairs, which means that is India is free from external forces. That is what is a sovereign means? Any country doesn't have any power to interfere in our internal affairs, which means our country India is free from external forces. Okay, the next is a socialist. Okay, so what does the word stands for socialist? Okay, so which is nothing but equal and fair distribution, which means our nation's wealth is to be distributed all the people equally. Okay, so it helps us to bridge the gap between the poor and the rich person. Okay, so the word socialist stands for equal and fair distribution, which means our nation's wealth is to be distributed equally to all the people. It aims to bridge in between the poor and the rich people. The next we are going to see secular. So what does mean by secular? Which means India doesn't have any official religion. Okay, so India doesn't have any official religion, which means, okay, so India doesn't have any official religion, which means எந்த religionsக்கும் வந்து என்னது insist, அதாவது எந்த religionக்கும் importance கொடுக்கிறது இல்லை. Okay, so we doesn't have any official religion, which means the word secular stands for India does not have any official religion. Okay, but we have a freedom to propagate our religion, but we do not insist a person to follow our religion. We have a freedom to propagate, we have a freedom to worship any god. Okay, but we do not force a person to follow our religion. Okay, so our country India is said to be a secular, which means our country India doesn't have any official religion. Okay, next children, you know in the year of 1976 only this word, that is say socialist and secularist added. In before that the preamble this word, that is a secular and socialist is not included. This is a revised version. Okay, the revised version of preamble. The next is a democratic. So you know what is a democratic, right? Okay, so democratic defined as by the people. Democratic defined as by the people, for the people, and to the people. Okay, so that is nothing but we are only having a rights to elected a person. Okay, that elected person will rule our country. So that is a by the people, for the people and to the people. This was said by Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so a country India, in every 5 years a general elections are held. Okay, so and the people are elect the representative who forms our government. Okay, so that for that person only forms our government. The next is a republic. Okay, so the next is a republic. That is, a republic is a state where the head of a person, that is an elected person, rules a country for a set of definite period. Okay, so that is said to be a republic. A republic is a state. Okay, so a republic is a state. A republic is a state where the head, okay, so where the head of a state is an elected person, and the elected person should rule a country for a definite period. Okay, so you know children, the post of the president is not hereditary. So, okay, so who is the head of our country? Is president. Okay, so our president is the head of a country, is that is the post of president is not hereditary, which means it's not hereditary, which means it's passing to the next generation. Okay, அவரோட post என்னது, அவங்களோட பையனுக்கோ இல்ல அவங்களோட மகளுக்கோ போஸ்ட் பண்ண பாஸ் ஆக கூடாது. It is not a hereditary. Okay. Okay, next we are going to see the objectives of the constitution. What is the main objective? What is the main aim of the constitution? So the first is the justice. Okay, in front of justice all are equal. In front of justice all are equal. Okay, so நீதி வழங்குறப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், நேர்மையா வழங்கணும். It is not respect on their caste or creed or religion. Okay, so in front of justice all should be treated as a equal. Okay, the next is a liberty. So what is a liberty? That is, everyone have a freedom to enjoy our rights. Freedom to enjoy, ENJOY, enjoy our rights, or IGHTS. Okay, so liberty, that is everyone have a freedom to enjoy our rights. It may be a worship, it may be a fight, it may a faith, it may be your belief. Okay, so everyone have a freedom to enjoy your rights. The next is the equality. Okay, so equality, which means the rights have get protection of the law without getting discriminated. Everyone have an equal opportunity to enjoy our rights. It's not be discriminated based upon their religion or caste system or creed system. Fraternity, that is the next one is the fraternity, which means establishing a brotherhood. Okay, it helps us to create a brotherhood feelings. Okay, so these are all the main objectives of the constitution. Okay, so for what are all the topics we have discussed, children? So first we have discussed what is meant by constitution. That is a law, a set of laws. Okay, so it is a documentary work, based upon that only a government has need to function. Okay, so even parliament also doesn't have any rights to override the constitution. Okay, next we saw about the constituent assembly. Okay, so that is a set of people can sit there and make the laws. Okay, so that is a constituent assembly. Next we discuss about the preamble. Okay, so the word preamble stands for, it is the summarized points of aims and objectives of the constitution. Okay, so in that we discussed sovereign, equality, liberty, justice and fraternity. Okay, so I hope children you all enjoy this session. Information, we have attached the study material, question bank and self assessment, and go through it and do the